thank you all for being with us for this very special occasion. There are endless quotes about bridges and bridge builders, bridge crossings, burning bridges. Inspirational or motivational bridges are metaphors for everything in life. It was once said, the bridge is not just about getting back and forth between north and south. The bridge is about connecting our communities. That's what the Cole Bridge can be for our community, a reminder of the power of communication and connection. The bridge between two people, cultures, or communities. We all cross bridges as part of a transition or a change in our lives. Some may be difficult to walk over, some may take longer than others to cross. Some are worth lingering on. We think ours is. Only while on the bridge will we be able to observe both sides, where we've come from and where we're headed. So whether the Cole Bridge is your symbol for progress or connections, if it's a symbol for a destination, the overcoming of obstacles, or a transition to a better place, we hope all of you are inspired by this bridge. I want to be sure to say thank you to Mercedes. She has been the rock on this project. She keeps us going and figures out things that confuses all the rest of us, and she made the application for all the different grants that worked with this. She kept in contact with Milt and Jean on every problem we had, and we wouldn't be where we are today without Mercedes. And I want to, can we give her a round of applause as she comes to the podium, please?
Thank you. The Cole Bridge is a key connection for Logansport's trail system. On the south side of the Eel River, we have Riverside Park with its many activities, the historic Denzel Carousel, and the Eel River Run Trail, ending with Stonewall Park downtown. On the north side of the Eel River, we have Memorial Hospital Foundation's River Bluff Trail, the Labyrinth, and the Hervey Preserve, plus Logansport's Park Department's new 80-acre Huston Park. Now, all these Logansport gems are connected by the Cole Bridge. The bridge and trail were made possible by the money that the Cole family contributed. Without their pledge, we never would have gotten federal grants. In the end, the Coles contributed more than 20% of the total cost of Eel River Run and the Cole Bridge. I would like to thank Judy Buddes, Jody Koblenz, and Kelly Thompson Mitchell. They were committee members who helped get us off to a good start back in 1996. Logansport Municipal Utilities helped by bearing the expense of moving or altering many of their facilities that were in the way of the trail. The Logansport Clerk Treasurer's Office helped by administering the money, and the Logansport City Administrations over the years have provided an employee in responsible charge. I would especially like to thank Janet Foley, Vicki Bird, and Aaron Zahner Shaver, who stuck it out all the way to this day. Thank you.
Whereas the City of Logansport, Indiana recognized the need to provide the community with opportunities to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and whereas the city established walking trails to encourage citizens to live a healthy lifestyle through exercise, and whereas our community benefits from these trails as they offer resources for recreation, transportation, a sense of community, and security for our residents, and whereas walking trails make our hometown livelier, safer, and more attractive place to live, work, play, shop, and invest.
I'm telling you, I don't know of a better place to live in north central Indiana. It just doesn't get any better. Now, people don't understand that because they don't know what's out there. but I encourage you to go take a look, and you'll have great appreciation for this community. Now, as to what we have done, Indiana's been awful good to me. Came here as an old poor boy, didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. And Indiana has been very good, and I want to give back. And we want to continue to give back. I try to teach and elevate our family to continue this philosophy. And now I want to give most thanks for this bridge to Mercedes Brew. She has took the lead on this for 35 years, right?
Mercedes, what's your involvement with this trail? It looks like you're the person that had the idea. You sprang forth with this idea to begin with.
Oh, it's been over 25 years. When I was first on the city council, I was able to get some money for a master plan, and we've been working on that ever since. We have a group of volunteers. We don't have any paid staff. We just have 10 volunteers. And we write grant applications, and we partner with people like Milt Cole. Milt Cole has been our biggest supporter, and on this bridge and on the Eel River Run Trail, he contributed 20%, which is the local match, and then we were able to match that with transportation enhancement funding from the federal people. So, yeah, we've been able to accomplish a lot with Milt Cole's help and with the transportation enhancement grant fund.
What inspired you? I mean, you came up with an idea, and this idea is obviously a winning idea, and it's a time.
The rivers in Logansport. Logansport grew up at the confluence of the Wabash and the Eel Rivers. And if you spend any time on them, they are quite different. The personality and the sound of them, the fish that are in them, the configuration of the bed is different. So, as you cross over each bridge in town, it wasn't long after I moved to Logansport, you'd be going over a bridge and say, well, which, is this the Eel or is this the Wabash? And so I learned about the rivers pretty soon, and we lived in an apartment that was close by one of the rivers, and the river is different every day. Every day. So my first thought every morning was, what's the river doing this morning? Other people to love the rivers, and so the way you get someone to love something is if they know it. So the idea is to get people in the rivers and on the rivers and next to the rivers, and so building trails is one of those ways that you get people to love the rivers and take ownership, if you will, and protect them.
I'm going to dig a little deeper. Do you have a background in architecture or trail or planning?
No, I'm an artist. I'm a glass artist.
Oh, okay. So that's what caught your eye.
That's
and then
my
how
paying
to enhance
job.
it. Okay, very good. And so in 25 years, you've come a long way. What was the first project that was done here?
Downtown, Conrail donated a little over 4 acres of land along the river. It was about 5 blocks long downtown.
Okay.
And Conrail never donates land, but they did. And we started with a trailhead park. And the first thing we did was we moved a railroad signal bridge to that spot and put up our sign, but it was a bridge to nowhere for a long time until we were able to get more money. We were the butt of a lot of jokes back then. We started with the bridge to nowhere, and then we were able to build the plaza. Then we had to have a crossing across the railroad. That's a trick. My husband's a lawyer, so he represented us in that struggle. We finally won that case, got the crossing so that you can go under the gateway and into the plaza. We built more trail from the plaza down to the confluence of the rivers. That was 4 blocks of trail. And then after that, we went upriver. So now the trail goes from 0 at the confluence to 12th Street. We hope to continue to 18th Street, which is where Ivy Tech is. That's a great connection. You're always looking for those connections. And then the hospital foundation, they decided that they were going to be proactive with health, and they decided that the best thing that they could do would be build a trail. So the hospital foundation built this trail, and Milt Cole was one of the fundraisers for that, and they got some grant money for that. And then most recently, 8 years ago, I learned that Milt Cole wanted to build this bridge to connect everything. And I happened to be talking to him and said, how are you doing with that? You talking to the Army Corps of Engineers? Who's your landscape architect? And he said, and I said, I'll handle that. You give me the money, I will handle that. And we ended up using the Cole family's pledge as a match for 2 grants. So we not only built this bridge, but we also built the Eel River Run Trail. So you got to leverage that money.
My goodness, how long is the Eel River Run Trail?
It goes from 15th to 4th Street.
To 4th, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a loop downtown, isn't there?
Yes, 4th Street.
Okay, and it loops.
That's an urban trail.
Urban
It's
trail.
in a street, but it's developed. It's set aside for bicyclists, and the sidewalk is wider. So that's an urban part of the trail. You know, we have a small group. The group of volunteers for Little Turtle Waterway Corporation is 10.
Oh.
And it's a group of unusual people. Some of those people have been with us since the beginning. So it takes unusual people to get along for that long a time and come up with new ideas and get around obstacles. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for interviewing me.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Much obliged.
Something, we are little turtles reunion. Well, the church just had one, and our attendance went up by 100%. Oh, we doubled our attendance. Well, this is pretty